Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to our audience watching Righteous Way, Righteous Say. I'm Shiadi and this is Shima with us, and we are sharing episode 12 of what Miles Guo revealed about the CCP virus and pandemic. I remember last time we were talking about the effect of the virus on the entire world after it was released by the CCP, and Miles Guo have continually shared during the whistleblower movement in various social media platforms, and countless people who have shared his information and whistleblowing have been banned. They have been blocked on social media platforms. This has happened, and many people were very unhappy about that, of course. So we'll jump straight into some of Miles Guo's direct sharing from his live stream on the 7th of March 2020.
Yes, to save our time, we just...
Yes, we'll jump straight into it. Miles Guo said, "The whistleblower movement has reached its most pivotal moment in what is arguably the greatest movement in human history, receiving special attention around the world. Look at the daily reports on the Wuhan front line from G News and GTV. They've become the true news platforms of the world, offering coverage in both Mandarin and English. Dear brothers and sisters, please cherish this power and opportunity given to us by heaven to destroy the CCP, save the Chinese people, save the world, act on behalf of heaven, and uphold righteousness. Everything is just the beginning."
Yeah, every sentence here, when we read from 2020, from that day until now, I believe everybody still can feel that kind of, impactful and forceful, and, you cannot tell what kind of the, astonishment of these words.
Yes.
Because from the whole paragraph, it's just quickly, draw myself to that kind of the thing, what kind of the environment, what kind of the happening around me, around our family, around our community, around the whole world, what happened at that time.
In fact, the last sentence he said, "Everything is just the beginning," actually is his famous line and slogan that has been shared among many people. And I think it really reflects on how long this journey can be. On our journey to take down this dictatorship, the CCP, it always feels like everything is just the beginning. And it is. Like, a lot of things can just be the start of the end or the end of the start. So it is very difficult to figure out when exactly this would end, but we are always going to try our best and make this as quick as possible.
Yes.
I am sure people have seen the recent news of Miles Guo being sentenced in court. And actually, if you have seen the live stream history on Shima's channel, then you would know the past few days we have been super busy actually sharing details and broadcasting those information to everyone in Mandarin based on several fellow fighters who were at the court as witnesses and visitors to the court hearing. So they were there and they were sharing their ideas, their thoughts on the court hearing, and most importantly, what actually happened there. So several of their details overlapped. But I just wanted to mention that one of the fellow fighters there at the court hearing in support of Miles Guo, they heard Miles Guo saying to them when he left the court, he said, "Everything is just the beginning." Again.
Many times. Countless times.
In person. So it really shows that all of the news you see today actually reflect a much bigger picture than you think.
Yes, I 100% agree with you, Eddie. And also, when we just do some reflection of the past, of the whole pandemic, you can already knew all of the evidence we presented here, all of the evidence in your real life, all of the things that happened related with anyone, any family members or friends, I believe our audience got your own version of the story, the sad story, some very tragedy scenes happened in your life. Even for us, we have some, very sad story. We cannot go to say goodbye to some of our, relatives or family members during the whole pandemic. Not only because the lockdown, but also because the things we are doing until now.
We couldn't go back to China. There was no way.
Not only for us, but for a lot of fellow fighters along with the righteous career in this way. But as Eddie mentioned just now, it's just the beginning because we're still in the way. We still need to do something. And every day we need to do anything we can to find a way out for ourselves or for the whole world. And back to this paragraph, at that time, we got G News platform and GTV platform.
We did.
And one is mainly on the news articles, and GTV mainly on the live stream, and some also very quick news spread by people with different ways in video, in words, in picture. People just try any kind of possible ways to spread the truth for all of us.
Yes. So, these two platforms they started before Getter came along.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, when these were the main two platforms that we did live streams on and we published articles on, then it actually gained a lot of attention around the world. And that was also where Miles Guo did a lot of his live streams on the GTV. Of course, both these platforms are closed now and you cannot visit them, but they were a very important part of the whistleblower movement, especially in 2020.
Yes. And at that time, Eddie is very little,
only
even
10
in
years
primary
old.
school. But in the morning, she and her sister will do some live stream before they went to school. And after they back to home, they still will continue to do something at the backstage just to learn everything with social media or any kinds of media too. Learn to do editing, learn to translation, learn to do anything we can at that time. And we just learn everything and begin everything from the zero.
Yeah.
I mean, use the social tools to fight against the dark force at a social platform and built by ourselves. We are just a part of it, the G News and the GTV.
Yes.
That is very glorious time for us, although it's very difficult and very dangerous.
It was. And to be honest, I was very confused about a lot of things at that time. I didn't understand things as well as I do now, but I still knew for one thing for sure, which thing we were doing was right.
Yes, you got that logic, very simple logic to make your decision because I know I'm doing something, in my mind. I think it's right, but I cannot be completely, replace your mind because you still need to your own mind to get some information, know something, and do according to your own heart.
Yeah. So because we still don't actually know the full story around how these two social media platforms came to the closed status they are now. But we do know that there have been a lot of dark forces coming from the CCP, which always try to hack these platforms, hack our live streams, destroy data, block people's accounts, so on and so forth. So
everything just happened so quickly.
It was
and we don't have that kind of, preparation for anything. Very crazy things happened in this way because we still got that grassroots people's normal mind. Why and what and how? Everything every day just happened as you, because we don't think our live stream as grassroots people, the ordinary people could be hacked.
Yeah,
could be hacked
we
by.
thought we were simply unaffected by
Yes,
everything.
yes. So, we might say from that day and just from that kind of, happening at that time in 2020 or before or much earlier, we follow the Miles Guo's, calling to do something for the righteous career. And we will know, because if you can notice something, some dark force, some evil hands just do out of the mind. They just lose their mind. They just hack the people's any, voice in any way. Like you post something on a social media platform, some mainstream social platform, and you will be muted, you will be deleted, and you will, to get something wrong with your account, and you get some trouble sometimes.
Yeah.
And also when we back to our own social media platform like Genius or GTV, you also can, you cannot find your articles, you cannot go to get your live stream, from the very beginning to the end smoothly. We have, a lot of, crazy stories.
Yeah, and I believe there also was a time when there was one time when I was actually like doing the OBS directing on the backstage of a live stream, and our Wi-Fi, everything was fine, but it just suddenly stopped. The live stream stopped, and from my backstage I could see it was still running, but on the platform GTV everyone could see it ended. So that was I think a really crazy thing to witness, but this became almost regular.
Yes, now and then frequently our live streams just cut off suddenly by the hackers, or we don't know, or some 5 mile people, 3 mile people.
Basically, the bots or the people the CCP bribes to post their rhetoric online. That's basically what they do.
Yes.
So we are very glad to have Getter as a platform today, which is our main live streaming video platform. And it's much open now to the worldwide public, and there's many different languages on this platform now. So we're just glad that, at least during this period, we can continue doing something.
But we should ask our audience why they, let all of these, crazy things happen during that time and until now.
Yes.
Because they are frightened.
Yes.
They got huge fear of people's voice.
So this mentioning is actually an important part of what Miles Guo revealed during the pandemic, because news is such a huge thing, and news affected a lot of people during the pandemic. Yes. And it affected lives. So let's continue sharing because of our limited time.
Media plays very important, very crucial function in people's, especially for people at this time, at this era, media is very important.
Yes. Things can spread very quickly and they can be banned. Miles Guo said the highest standard pursued by Chinese people includes the inequality of Hong Kongers. We should emulate the Hong Kong people. They are our role model. Never forget the Hong Kong anti-extradition bill movement. Everyone must remember that Hong Kong people are the backbone of the nation, economically and spiritually, in terms of international dignity. Remember our Hong Kong fellow fighters. I will do everything in my power to stand with the people of Hong Kong and fight for the dignity and truth for the patriots who died there. I will bring back the fairness and dignity that belongs to you all.
Yes, with Hong Kong's falling down by the control of CCP, I think everybody should do the comparison with or without, the control by CCP.
Yes. I think what Miles Guo mentions here, like the highest standard, I think he means the highest standard of the quality of a person, like the manners, the dignity, the values of a person. So I think what he means is because Hong Kong had a democratic history and they had democratic values, so this naturally made people have a higher sense of personal value in their manners.
Yes.
So this is directly related to the type of system a person lives in.
Yes.
That would affect their value greatly.
Mm-hmm. You hit the target, I think, Eddie, because why? How to understand the highest standard pursued by Chinese people? The Hong Kongers just set a very good example for us, because this is also very good example for us to understand. Any people, we are the same. No matter what kind of the religion, culture background, the language, or race, actually we are the same. If you put anyone into a democratic system instead of dictatorship system, anyone, if they have that kind of, good taste of democracy with law and order, and they can act as a normal person because they got respect, they got human rights, they got equal rights, and they got protection by the law. But on the other hand, if you are living or raised up under the dictatorship, a citizen, a human being could be totally different.
Yeah.
Because they got, brainwashed by that kind of, doctrine, and they just got totally different behavior. That's why for some people got, rich life after the open door policy. They go overseas, they do traveling and they do shopping. But Chinese people go overseas and bring other people's very, unbelievable reflection on their behavior. This just provide us countless or endless evidence how different systems can provide the same people or similar people into different way of their behavior.
And I think what you mentioned is really important for people who are debating what type of system is best for people. And I can say right here, a system that has voting and has laws and has a lot of actual places and platforms for people to say what they want. And this is an important part of freedom of speech. This type of system will naturally harbor greater values for people and a better place for people to live in. Because as an example, I just always feel, because if you are in the dictatorship, then your life can mostly be decided by how hard your fist is, how loud your voice is, or how much money or power you have.
Yes, I agree with you. And also, comparatively, no system could be perfect. Everybody knows that. But comparatively, we can just get a better chance to get a better system. At least we still got some better system in this world. Why not just go to choose a better one?
Yes.
Why not just hold that, system out of our, people's lead? We don't need that. Just forget it.
Yeah, why must people choose an oppressive society? Obviously, it's easier said than done, because changing a system also requires a lot of people to protest and a lot of people to actually actively change their lives and a lot of time.
Yes.
But we are willing to use this time to make a better future for the people inside China.
Definitely, we have to admit it's a long way to go.
It is.
And not only to take down the CCP, you still got some, time to wait for and some road to, keep going. But we have to have that patients to know what kind of which way we should go and just go for it, just fight for it.
Yeah.
And at the same time, we should know, even we make our decision to choose a better system, we still need many generations to change with it. Because some,
build their
yes,
values.
brainwashed people, they already got some habit with that bad system, the behavior or the mindset already in with their body and soul. So how to let them change with a better system? We still need people to work together, but we will do it.
Yes.
We will do it.
It is obviously a shame to see that even though the Hong Kong people fought so hard during the 2019 and 2020 protests against the national security law, that the Hong Kong, like the states, it ended up still being controlled by the CCP.
Yes.
And that is a result of the background forces, and you can also say the CCP's infiltration, because rather than standing face to face with their opponent, they would also bend the rules of the game and do everything they can to take control.
Yes.
And take the upper hand.
Yes, I can just provide our audience a very simple example. Before CCP controlled completely Hong Kong people still in their democracy social environment. They can go to Victoria Park to do some peaceful protest or memory for, July, is that April, for Tiananmen Square's massacre, event.
June 4th.
Yeah, June 4th. So, but after that, you can do the comparison. After CCP's, totally control in this year, Hong Kong's Victoria Park, you cannot find many people.
Oh.
Before that, before Hong Kong movement, every year, annually, Victoria Park got many, many more people. They get together and do the memorial event. But this year, 2026, I read from the article from the newspaper, people go to Victoria Park. You cannot find many people there.
Wow.
And they just send the police force around to stop anyone they think suspicious and to do some, inquiry or even arrest.
And it seems like the bar is quite low for whoever they deem suspicious.
Yes.
They can deem anyone just standing there suspicious.
Yes, even you just hold a flower, hold a candle, even you just stop at there and they will come to ask you some questions.
Wow.
Or just invite you to the police office.
That is the result of the takeover of a dictatorship.
Yes.
From a dictatorship.
Yes, that's a very dangerous sign.
Miles Guo mentioned, right now, people are swarming around all sorts of vaccines and testing kits, and the results are shocking. People donating testing kits and vaccines are aplenty. But brothers and sisters, as I said weeks ago, these items would be everywhere. My advice is, you can try them, but don't be fooled. This is what the Chinese Communist Party is putting up. The poisoner is giving you an antidote.
It's also very shocking until now.
But
we still don't want to believe or accept that, but that is the same happened.
I feel
Just
like
happened.
This is not like the testing kits and the vaccines are not antidotes, actually.
Yes.
They are
biochemical weapon.
Yes. And
they will do great harm to your body.
Yes. And I know the efficacy and all that stuff of these medical items, especially of the COVID-19, are heavily debated by different industries, by doctors, by nurses, and I think it's probably one of the main separating things of families and friends these past
quarrels,
years.
fights everywhere inside the family.
But I do have to say, after listening to years of Miles Guo's live streams, he does mention the vaccines and testing kits aren't just ineffective, they are highly harmful to people's bodies.
Yes, this kind of, a conversation, it's difficult to carry out among the family members or any friends circle, because at the social media platform, all of this right information, good information, the true information cannot share, cannot spread. But some fake news, some empty, lies just go everywhere. For example, we all know some, cure medicine like artemisinin, like ivermectin, but they just mocked all of this cure, all of this, good information. And there is a joke because, but actually that is not the joke. That is the truth happened in daily life, because, at some mainstream media platform, they call the ivermectin like a horse paste. Have you read that?
Oh,
the horse paste.
Actually, I haven't.
You haven't?
I haven't
because
seen that.
They think that is the medicine treat for animals.
Oh.
Not for people.
So they call it the horse
paste. Horse paste.
Wow.
And I can also share our real story in my life, because I hold the medicine lamps. I just write on that paper because it's really new for me at that time. I write down the words, ivermectin or artemisinin, because I think I might, get the wrong spelling. And I take the piece of paper with me with 2 lamps, go to, the pharmacy. And the pharmacist just read the 2 lamps of the medicine and opened his eyes, very angry, and looked at me. Don't you know these medicine are poisonous? And it's also shared by WHO on the newspaper.
Oh, wow.
And,
Wow.
I go to the pharmacy nearby of my home.
Once that pharmacist says that, you can't
Yes.
really say anything else.
Yes. And I know. I got my information. I just take that small piece of paper with me, put in my pocket, and say thank you, and then go out of the pharmacy. So I might say at that time, we trust doctors, nurses, pharmacists. We really trust them and count them, rely on them in our daily life for a long time. But during the whole pandemic, all of these people just kidnapped or just, they got distorted information from higher level or higher rank officials or some experts working in the same industry. That's so sad.
It is. And so I think what's really ironic is this entire use of medicine and different testing kits and all of these technology, I think, has been totally distorted intentionally by people who don't want to see the masses getting healthy. That's just what I feel.
Yeah.
So even the things they are giving you, you think is an antidote, but it's actually harmful. It's not
harmful.
An antidote.
Yes.
It's actually just another type of poison.
You
And in
should
fact,
put a lot of question marks on all of these so-called saving equipments or
Yes.
facilities during the whole pandemic.
obviously, I know there will be a lot of different voices responding to these information, but I think in the long run, just think about what works and what doesn't. The people affected, the many people who have had their health deteriorated after using these vaccines.
People should keep their rights to know everything related to their body or health.
They should have the right to seek for compensation. Miles Guo said, "What is a death pill?" The term death pill was mentioned in my 2017 live broadcast. According to the CCP's logic, everyone is made to believe that being a party member is like taking the pill. What is a death pill? Once you've taken it, you have to obey the party's commands. Can anyone survive it? In the CCP's logic, if you don't listen to my commands, you won't survive. If the CCP tells someone to die, they will. They tell you to become evil, you will. Anything they tell you to do, you will do it, because you still need the antidote next time or you will die. This is the shared fate of those who have taken the death pill or those who join the party forever.
It's so scary.
So,
I cannot
like
believe that is a political party. Can you believe that, everyone? When you read this paragraph?
It's like, so, it's not just like a freedom or no freedom thing. It's not just a label. It's not just a position. It's like a life and death thing.
Yeah, this is, I cannot, you know, when you read this whole paragraph, even somebody hasn't got any information with fellow fighters or with the movement before. Even you read this paragraph, you will know how evil the CCP is.
They
because
really are.
Whenever you are just one member of it, you cannot run away from it.
So
you just sell your body and soul to that party.
Yes.
But that is only, it's, from the out layer, when you just do some observation, you only think that is a political party, but this is a monster party. Do you think so?
I don't think you can even think of it like a normal political party that we think of.
You cannot.
In democratic places, in countries like Australia, you can join a party and you can leave it. You can join the opposing party next year, and your life won't be in danger. You won't be threatened.
Yes.
At least they won't dare do that to anyone who just wants a bit of freedom. So in this case,
and we got one word for this, that is a cult.
Yes,
is that right?
Yes, it's exactly like it.
Yes, whenever you get
you can join it.
Yes,
but you cannot.
Leave it.
So
without the permission, you cannot.
I think this is a very scary thing to
freedom.
Witness. And the term death pill is obviously translated from Mandarin. So I have like the characters in brackets on the top so people can search for it if you want. But I think it was also taken from a Chinese novel, and it was like a symbolism of this sort of evil witchcraft used by a person who wanted to control someone else.
Yes, I read some discussing from somewhere, because in Chinese we call it Ren Swan, but in English somebody translated it into corpse pill or human corpse pill.
Okay.
Like, normally this kind of themes, as you mentioned, could be part of the witchcraft, or in some Chinese history, people just use it, or you can read from some novels, some stories. But actually, we are just living the modern times now. We don't think that any political party outside but inside is a monster cult could just kidnap anyone and just deprive of people's freedom or their human rights and let people work for it all their life.
Yes. So in this case,
it's just unbelievable.
You can say it's a side-to-side metaphor. In my opinion, the death pill is like them joining the party. You cannot leave it once. It's like you've taken the pill and you swallow it. You can't get it out easily. And the antidote they give you periodically for taking this death pill is kind of like the salary or the house or the lifeline for people inside the party. Because you still need money to survive, right? You still need a house. You still need a job and your social status to live your life.
In some way, this is one explanation. But this depends on what kind of the thing happened, what kind of situation this party provide its members. Because, for example, we can understand if given situation like some high rank official in CCP system, they got some privilege. This also another example of the death pill or the human corpse pill, because if you, anytime if you take it, if you receive it and accept it, and you will be controlled. You will be totally, controlled by them. For example, like that organ transplant privilege.
Yes.
Because if you want to revive, if you want to get a better life, if you got, some health issues, and they will provide you some organ transplant opportunities. Not everyone can have that, but they can help you to transplant your heart, your kidney, your lungs, anything if you want.
So the high-ranking officials would be near the top of the waiting list.
Yes, right. That means first come, first served, and they got the best chance to take that death pill.
Yeah, and obviously the organ transplant and harvesting thing is a totally different other topic. So you're not even sure if these organs came from people who willingly donated them.
Yes, so that's our discussing how to understand death pill here, because it could be artemisinin, either, Mactin, or any kinds of, special cure. They got many different recipe for.
You mean antidote or?
Yes, any kinds of antidote, and you can got more enjoyment, and you can get a better chance of living. And also for some privilege, as you mentioned, for money, for better, living situation, bigger house, and, any kinds of, if you can name out, that's privilege.
And those people taking the death pill or those people joining the party, most have no idea what they're getting into, actually. They all think of it like a very glorious, patriotic thing.
Yeah, if you are loyal to the party, if you can be our running dogs and you can got that death pill, and if you leave our party, if you, you aren't our members anymore, and you will be deprived all of this privilege or chances.
Yes. And Miles Guo said the CCP's strategy is actually quite simple. It's based on the logic of a death pill, and it's gone too far. Now it wants to feed the whole world a death pill, the CCP coronavirus. This time it's really out of control. The CCP is also working on an antidote. So let's see, will they collapse the whole world? So that connects with our main topic for today.
Yes.
And you can really see how this goes from the inner party to the outer world to international communities.
CCP never satisfied to control its main members in the party or inside China. So the bigger evil plan is control the whole world.
That's the ultimate goal. And this is why we have to talk about this, even though it seems like the pandemic has ended.
Yes.
But like this is part of their bigger goal of controlling the world. It's not just a health issue. It's not just an outbreak. It's a much bigger thing at the end. And this is all planned. So that's it for our episode today of Righteous Way, Righteous Say. And we'll see you guys next time.
See you next time.